A few years back, I was in the ICU at a hospital in Chicago. I was in a coma and had been vomiting, convulsing, had severe diarrhea, and was losing clumps of hair, amongst other symptoms. I had been found by my mother on my bathroom, totally knocked out, and had been rushed into the hospital at about 5 PM. Let me take you through my day. I woke up at about 10:30 AM and skipped breakfast. I was going to my ex-boyfriend's house to pick up some of my belongings and had promised him I'd have lunch there. It sounds like a stupid idea, but we broke up on bad terms and he was handling it worse than me. I left my house in a hurry as I was running late after getting ready and caught the train to his place. It was a 15-minute train journey that was entirely uneventful. I arrived at his place at about 12:30 in the afternoon and collected some already packed bags from my old room. I brought them into his living room and sat down. He had made a bolognese and it was served almost as soon as I'd sat down. In hindsight, it tasted surprisingly garlicky, but at the time, I thought that was normal for a bolognese. I was feeling off before I'd even finished it. My ex barely spoke during the entirety of the meal, except to encourage me to keep eating. Yeah, I know red flags should have been raised by this point, but I was none the wiser. I never expected him to be capable of something like this. I left shortly after food and went to the train station. Before I even got on the train, I was salivating like Pavlov's dog and was finding it difficult to swallow. I forced a few coughs to try and clear my airways, to no avail. I boarded my train and sat down, feeling like shit. I tried to distance myself from the thoughts of illness as, at the time, I just assumed I had caught a bug or something. As soon as I got home, I rushed to the toilet, vomiting and other bodily waste secreting from my orifices. Pains were searing in my muscles as they cramped up and the pain was so intense. Even looking back, I can't remember feeling anything else. My mum was at work at the time, but I just stayed in the bathroom. There was no point leaving. Every couple of minutes I was either suffering from a bad stomach or vomiting bile. It was only when I splashed my face with water and pulled my hands away to see a clump of hair that I truly worried. The last thing I remember was reaching for my phone to call 911 and then I woke up in hospital, my mum at my side. Apparently, what I could remember was 3 days prior and I'd been comatose since. Turns out, I had been poisoned with arsenic. I wonder who did that. I obviously reported that day to the doctors and to the police. I had to undergo chelation therapy to remove the arsenic and over the course of about a month, I slowly healed. Once better, the police told me that they had questioned my ex but were unable to take the matter further as there was a lack of evidence. There was no way to prove that he had poisoned me. In reality, there was no way to prove that I had been intentionally poisoned at all. Obviously, I still believe, and kind of know, it was him. I have refused to see him since, despite his attempts to reconcile or chat, or because he found some small menial item of mine like a sock. I was lucky. Apparently, I should have died. I'm much more cautious about what I eat and where it comes from. The world of poison was something left to the realms of Agatha Christie books to me. I never thought I'd be on the receiving end of something so life-threatening and sinister. Hey guys, Brothers Jackson here. This week's video is just a short one, just one story. I think it's going to be the same next week, but I'm also uploading an update video, I think. So look out for that if you're interested in other going-ons of the channel, because that'll explain a lot of things. I'm working on some collaborations at the minute as well, and then I do have quite a big video planned for later on in the month. I just still need to find a couple of stories for that. So don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to hit that bell notification to stay up to date, and thank you so much for watching, guys. Peace out.